three different news stories to react to today, guys. The first one we have is a sheriff in Florida, okay, going crazy, talking about he can shoot people, you can attack rioters if they try and pull the same sort of rioting kind of situation that they're doing in LA. The second one, of course, is going to be a weird one from the US again, and then the third one is going to be about Blind Boy from the Rubber Bandits, I believe, targeted violence and stuff in Ballymena. Okay, so this one's going to be exciting. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna do these like daily news stories every day where there's like 3 different or 4 or 5 different news stories every day, because I want to lump a whole bunch of videos together because there's just so much coming out now. It's crazy. So first one's gonna be good, guys. Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivory is a legend. He's from the South, and he puts it straight to the rioters, saying, "You will be killed, you will be shot if any of this nonsense happens in my state." Okay, Florida.
So I'm gonna break it down for you. All right.
Break it down.
And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail.
Damn.
If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street.
Damn.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
Damn.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
Damn.
You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs.
Crazy.
And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order.
That is badass. I wish we had the police like that here in Ireland. You know, I wish we had some kind of cool sheriff that says if you break the laws like this, if you're a criminal, if you're illegal, if you're doing some crazy shit, we're gonna kill you graveyard dead and notify your families where to collect your remains at. I love that, guys. I love to see the strict handling of the police business, because a lot of people take the piss out of the police, guys. You know, the Gardaí here, they really don't give a shit what they do. You know, it's not really, handled professionally. A lot of the stuff is just a joke, okay? Like an absolute joke. Now, the second one, okay, which is a drastic difference. The first video, a lot of people would call fascist far right. Now, this one is what we would call woke left, Marxist, communist, lunatics, okay? This one is by Reasoned UK, and it's just quoted, "Horrifying way to treat a dog." Okay, and let's hear it, guys. This lady, she has the nose ring, she has the green and red hair, she has the pride flag across her chest. She has the whole makings of a Marxist, so let's hear it.
Hi!
Can you tell me about your dog?
This is Honey. He is a gay, gender-fluid, golden retriever Afghan hound mix.
Oh, come on. Come on. How the fuck can a dog be gay? How the fuck can a dog be gay? Come on. What the hell? The dog doesn't even know. The dog's just happy to be out the house.
So how did you know that he was gay?
We have another dog named Charlie. He's about 7 years older than Honey, and they are completely inseparable.
Oh, hi. Happy?
That's terrible. Dogs just like to be beside each other. How the hell would you know a dog is gay by the fact that they just like being together?
Pride! Okay, well, that's the gossip.
Bro, let me ask all Americans, if this is LA, okay, because it looks like Hollywood here with the Hollywood stars, I don't want to visit there. I'm just going to go to Florida when I visit America. I'm just going to go to Florida. I'm going to go to these different states, because, lads, I do not want to be around that. That is pure animal abuse. How the fuck can a dog be gay? I don't get it, guys.
Hi!
Can you tell me about your dog?
This is Honey. He is a gay, gender-fluid...
A gay, gender-fluid, golden retriever Afghan hound mix. Oh. Guys, this is just painful to watch. How can a dog be gay?
Afghan Hamnix.
Yeah.
And she's saying pride belongs here. And I don't really care. You know, she can do what she wants. I mean, she looks whatever, but this is just psychotic.
Yes.
The poor dog, guys. The absolute poor dog, man. You hate to see it, but I mean, this is the kind of people that are being pushed by the regime. And like, guys, if there was ever a war or anything, like, we're so screwed. We're so screwed. We're so dead. Anyway, guys, today we have Ash Sarkar, who is the author of Minority Rule, contributing editor for Nova Media. So she's like a journalist, whatever. And she has a video here today, 3-minute long. I asked Blind Boy about why he thinks anti-migrant rioting and targeted violence has broken out in Ballymena. Here's what he had to say. I don't know if Blind Boy is more left-leaning or more right-leaning. I don't know if he's independent or bought for, but we're about to find out here today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.
After the third night of rioting, racially motivated attacks on foreigners in Ballymena in the north.
So, the rioters in the north were targeting people that were like Roman gypsies and stuff. I don't know if that's a race of people, I suppose you would call that. You know, it's not an ethnic race, it's like the same as European race, but they kind of come from Roman gypsy, they kind of hail from like Indian. It's a little bit of a different ethnicity group, I suppose, but they're not targeting foreign people in Ballymena. And not that I've seen anyway, I've watched a bunch of videos, I haven't seen that to be the case, so.
What's going on there?
If you put a gun to my head and say, why is this happening? The first thing I'd say is neoliberalism, right? So a system, an economic system has come about where we'd say housing is fully financialized. So housing is no longer about giving people a home. It's become a commodity where you can earn a lot of money. We have in Ireland huge amounts of investment funds and also what we call vulture funds that are coming in and buying up all the houses before people can get them.
This is the dumbest answer I've ever seen. Neoliberalism is basically just free market, is promoting free market capitalism, deregulation. Deregulation is great, guys. You know, in the marketplace, reduction in government spending, all these things are good. You know, oh well, the reduction in government spending isn't great, okay? But we do want to see a free market of capitalism in Ireland. We don't want communism, we don't want Marxism, we don't want any of this woke shit, like, so, Blind Boy.
Like, it's hard to describe what neoliberalism is. Neoliberalism is a way for very wealthy people to steal public money. That's how I see it. You had these things before called public services, where someone pays tax, and then the tax that's being paid funds a public service, okay? And that was very clear. With neoliberalism, now you've got a rich person comes in the middle and says, I've set up a toll booth here. You know, to get an affordable house, you have a family, we'll say, who are getting an affordable house, and they are accessing a house and they're spending a small amount of money. It's affordable, but that house belongs to a landlord, and the landlord is charging market value to the government. So these people might be spending a couple of £100, but then the taxpayer is spending maybe 1,500 quid, and now for some reason that private landlord in the middle is siphoning off public tax money. And this isn't just happening with housing, it's most public services. So
Yeah, so this guy is kind of full of bullshit. You know, a lot of people love Blind Boy, but the guy really isn't as smart as he makes himself out to be. Basically, he was just saying in a really convoluted way there that, you know, the landlords and these people are kind of taking money in areas that should be spent on funding for like homeless people and that kind of thing and whatever, and for the less than, okay, and that's what's funding the riots, okay, because these poor people are getting money taken off them. But it's like, that's not the case. 2 women were attacked by Roman gypsies sexually, and it's just like, dude, nobody's even saying shit. It's just like, come on.
what that does is that creates a feeling of confusion and unfairness, right? It's a sense that you look around and you go, this economy appears to be doing quite well. We appear to be in quite good.
Line goes up.
Yeah, like, I mean, people are in shops, people are purchasing things. There's certainly not a recession. Why are people in tents? You know, why is this happening? And that's very confusing. it creates a feeling of hopelessness, and it creates a feeling that politics don't work anymore. That your vote means nothing, because no matter who's in power, they're still allowing private interests to have more rights than just regular people. And within that sense of confusion and hopelessness, it's very easy to come in with simple narratives. The simple narrative of, actually, it's them immigrants. And this story is very, very old. Actually, it's those immigrants. So that's what's happening in Ireland.
That was quite possibly the dumbest segment I've ever listened to in my life. People watch this guy on Spotify. They love this guy on Spotify. That was so stupid. So basically, okay, he just said it in a really convoluted way that the poor people, the middle class, lower middle class, you know, and working class people just don't like immigrants because, you know, they're just, you know, they're aiming their frustration in the wrong way. Dude, we know it's the big collective group. Like, everybody in the whole country, all the right wing and all the left wing, everybody knows that it's the government and the rich people that are buying up and using the money, and it's a fight against rich and poor. It's not really a fight against immigrants. It's just that the immigrants are the people that are brought in by the rich people. That's why they're getting the hate put out on them, right? Like the EU and that kind of thing. You know, regular immigration wasn't an issue for years and years. I have tons of friends that, you know, work and just do stuff and whatever. It's just like this mass, like, EU funded stuff shit that's coming in now. So, and nobody wants that, right? Yeah, this guy really that was so dumb. So Real News Era said, this has to be the dumbest take yet. You're asking a lad with a bag on his face about an area of Ireland that he obviously knows nothing about. His answers in terms of Republic when you ask about the North. Yeah, that's true. So a lot of people wouldn't know much about the North as well. Like, I'm obviously in the Republic, you know, and I wouldn't know tons about the North. Like, I know about it, the troubles and that whole thing, but I wouldn't know a ton about the problems they have up there, guys. The problems in the North are pretty crazy as well. So yeah. Irish Libertarian. So, I'm shocking development. A man with plastic bag wrapped around his head hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, neoliberalism is a code word that socialists and Marxists use to attack capitalism. For sure, he is. Like, I knew that for certain. That Blind Boy is basically, he's basically this, guys. He's basically a socialist or Marxist, you know, and he's just kind of posing to kind of please everybody there, you know, but in reality he pleases nobody when he kind of is a little bit wish-washy about his answers. So pretty lame. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you all. If you want to help push back into mainstream media, hit the join link underneath the video, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace.